How about that, huh? Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're good.
Thank you.
Could you have scripted us any day any better?
Winning on the blue, touchdown in the south end zone on offense, a couple plays on defense. Sounds pretty good, but I mean, I'm just glad we got the win. It was a good team win, had to fight, so really happy about that.
You guys are 8-0 in conference play for only the second time in program history. You're now 5-1 at home this year. What does both of those mean to you?
Yeah, obviously, being in the second year under Coach Avalos and his staff, I mean, we've done a great job as a team, as a program of, buying into the process and believing in him, believing in the, and everyone in this building from, support staff, training room, equipment room. I mean, we're all a family, and we just know that we have so much potential, and we just go out there and do our jobs and play the way we train. So.
You touched on there, but walk us through that touchdown catch. I believe it was the second of your career, right?
Yeah, a second one against the same team, same exact play, same spot on the field. Yeah, I mean, nothing about it. We were able to be in that package 3 plays in a row. George busted it. Was it George or Ashton? I don't know. He busted it down there to the goal line, and then 2 more plays, and we're on the right or the left hash, and so it was good. It was good. Kind of lined up for us.
I know a moment never seems to phase you, but what is it like when you know like your numbers get called for a rare opportunity to catch a pass?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like it kind of gets in your head a bit, but I mean, you just got to go out there and run the route or make the block. Just do your job. And I saw like no one was really even covering me even before the ball snapped, so I knew I was going to be pretty open for the situation, and Taylor threw a good ball and brought it in.
Last year you were just wide open standing there. That one you get a pretty nice catch on the one today. I mean, I know it was the same play, but did you feel like it was a little more proud of this one, I guess? Or?
I'd rather have this one than last year's. Being wide, last year's was a little bit more nervous, but yeah, I mean, great ball, good protection by the O-line. I mean, everyone just did their job, and we put 7 on the board. Yeah, so that's what I'm happy about.
You guys kind of buckled down there at the end of the defense, but for the whole day, like, how do you think you guys did it, like, getting pressure on
Yeah, I always think we can, do better. I always think we can grow, and we have places to improve, of course. So, I mean, we definitely could have done a better job, making him feel uncomfortable, trying to get him off his launch point. Obviously, he was able to step into a couple deep balls, and one landed. So we just got to keep working on transitioning and, creating pressure on the quarterback so he just can't, feel comfortable and make good accurate throws.
You get this one out of the way, and obviously, the goal is next week. What are your thoughts going into that, and, how do you feel you guys are heading into championship?
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about it in there. It was a good win, but we really haven't accomplished anything yet. We protected the blue, which we always want to do, but we have another great challenge coming back next week. So we got to have a good week of practice, prepare, get our bodies right, get in the film room, all those types of things. So.
I know you're going to face Fresno State in the championship game. How tough is it to play the same team twice in the season?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a chess match, so to speak. Obviously we're going to watch, the previous game, see what we did well, see what we didn't do well, and see how we can attack them from how they've changed and how they've grown. So it's going to be a good game. I mean, we got to, like I just said, we got to have a great week of practice. We'll enjoy this win, but we're on to the next. Our focus is on Fresno. It's championship week, so got to get our minds, our bodies right, so we can have a good game. Yeah, I'm really happy for him. Obviously, that's his second career interception or something. Great for him. He's been doing a good job. Great kid. Love to be around him. Everyone loves him. He always brings a positive vibe to the environment here, and hard worker, wants to be successful, and he just comes in every day, day in, day out, grinds, and wants it just as much as anybody else.
DJ Schramm today, 15 tackles, seems like he was all over the field,
Damn.
ready for a loss. Just how fun was he to watch?
Well, I can't really watch him, but no, I mean DJ, he's a I mean, he's such a good football player. He plays with great instinct. I mean, he just does his job so well. I mean, and credit to the coaching staff putting us in good positions. And, you know, he can just read his keys and just go and take it and play fast, physical. And so I'm really happy for him to make those plays. It helps out the whole team. So
I'm guessing you got to watch Taylor's 91-yard touchdown run at the end. I mean, what's it like seeing him outrun the entire defense?
not surprised. Yeah, he can fly, obviously. We knew we were in a situation where we were going to be, back up on defense, so we wanted to make sure we were still locked into the game situation. And everyone was so focused on whoever that running back was. He made a good read, good play call, and it's hard to catch that guy. So glad he's on our side.
Scott, I know you touched on it earlier, but to be 2-2, everybody thought the sky was falling. Look at where you're at now. Perfect Mountain West season. You go 7-1 from that point. Now you're in the title game. How do you explain that?
Yeah, I think it's going back to what Coach D says. I mean, stay in the fight. Obviously we didn't start the way we wanted. 2-2, things were looking rough. We had a big situation kind of blow up, but we just kept coming in and day out, buying into the process, trusting each other, trusting the coaching staff, everyone in the building, and we just take care of each other. We take care of our people, and we're always going to be working, trying to grow, and we're going to uphold the standard, regardless of who's in the game. So, it's just day in, day out grind, and just trusting the process, and just being all in, committing to what we're doing here. So.
You were on the first people on the field when Tyreek went down. I thought that was interesting to see him leaving that way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's our brother. We never want to see a guy like that, even if it's on our team or the opposing team. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a game, and we want to make sure everyone's healthy. But it's a very physical game, violent game, and sometimes things happen. We're gonna love him up. We're gonna take care of him, with anything he needs. He's a great player. He's gonna continue to lead, his position group, this team. So he's not gonna deviate from what he's done. He can't necessarily be out there, but he's still gonna do everything he can to help this place and those around him. So we'll love him up. We'll take care of him, and he'll do his best to take care of us too.
I know this stuff is a senior day for you, but you still get to come out one more time next week. So
Yeah.
having a taste of senior day and that emotion, what do you think next week's going to be like for you, Scott?
Yeah, obviously senior day is a little crazy, how the time flew by, and this is it, and got one more game on the blue, and I'm going to do everything I can to soak it up, enjoy the moments, the little things, with the people around me, and I think I'll be more locked into getting a W on that day than focusing on it's my last game on the blue. So, but I'm going to enjoy it.
You were talking earlier about kind of staying locked into the end of the game. So have the defense get 2 interceptions there in the final 2 minutes. Just what kind of testament is it to that you guys were able to stay locked in?
Obviously credit to those guys for making those plays. Credit to Coach D calling, the play we were in to, put those guys in those positions to be able to make the plays. So, it's just everyone working together, doing their job. Obviously they were doing their coverage, and they were where they were supposed to be, and they were reading their keys, and they were able to make a play on the ball. So credit to everybody involved. I mean, just doing their job, and it's good to see it. Yeah.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we ready to get this rolling? First off, happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving yesterday with their family, their friends, and whoever they got to celebrate with, and really to share grace and be thankful for the things we have. This is a time of year where, especially in this game, things get really tough. Your challenges continue to grow, but it's awesome to be able to go through it with a family like ours. It's awesome to see how resilient our guys are, and obviously, as we move forward into our next opportunity, it will require us to be our very best. now it's time to talk about that. I'm sure that's what everybody wants to talk about. But the most important thing is that our team gets rest, our staff gets rest, and we get ourselves ready so that we can be our very best this week in our preparation, because we got a team coming up here in the next opportunity that is playing really, really well and is very capable in all three phases of being an explosive unit. Today, we're excited about what we accomplished, but we all know as soon as we leave this facility, it's on to the next. That being said, we'll take questions.
Coach, you guys are 8-0 in conference play, 5-1 at home, and as you mentioned, you got the championship game this coming week. I mean, what does that say about this team, given where you guys were a couple months ago?
That's what, again, not only this week and on Thanksgiving one day to be thankful, but it's just a reminder. And, to be thankful for all the things we have, even the things that aren't favorable, the things that aren't ideal. You go through a lot of different stuff for a reason. And in life, really, you have two options. You're either going to learn from it and grow from it and get stronger and allow it for you to grow forward, or you know what the other one is. And I'm just so grateful that we have the men and women in this program that have grown forward through everything. That, the good, the things not so good, and everywhere in between. And, we'll be able to draw from that stuff is, again, we prepare for our next opportunity and our next challenge.
So intentional with the development of Taylor Green. 4 touchdown passes, the 91-yard run. How good was he today?
Yeah, it's that run was big time. Obviously, it got real tight there. Prior to that run, and for him to be able to capitalize right there and pretty much put the game away, that was awesome. That was great for him. He was very efficient through the air today. They wanted to bring everybody to the line of scrimmage, and so it opened up things down the field, and we were able to take advantage of that. And obviously there will be things on there that, Coach Cutter and offensive staff will want to improve upon, that we'll have to improve upon for, our next opportunity. But, again, everything's done for a reason, and obviously we're not going to explain everything to you guys, but there's a reason for everything, and the most important thing within the reasons and the why is to take care of our family, and that's our main objective, and so that they can grow forward and get better, just like you were talking about. And not only TG, but there's a lot of other guys that have stepped up into new roles, and every opportunity they're getting on the field, they're getting better. They gain experience. Yeah, they might mess stuff up. There's stuff on this film that we're going to need to be better at next week. But you know what? We're proud of the guys, the way they go out there and compete, their eagerness to come back in here to learn. They show back up in here with an open heart and a willingness to learn and grow from what they did, the good, the bad, and the indifferent,
You guys have talked so much about how much of a leader JL is, and for him to go out of the game early, but stay locked in on the sideline, pumping everyone up. How cool was that to see, and how much does that just show the guy he is?
Well, obviously that's a tough position early on. The other team is really excited he was out of the game. I think that's the most cheering they did, is when he wasn't going to be able to play anymore. But, it was an unfortunate situation. You try to, hit the guy with the shoulder, and it's a bam play on a fake punt. So, for him to be able to stay locked in and stay in it with his brothers, that speaks volumes. And, now he knows what it's like to be a coach on the sideline and have to coach and cheer and not be able to go out there and play.
We've talked about Eric McAllister a few times already, but 2 touchdowns today. It just seems like he's continuing to grow in this offense. What's kind of, how excited are you to have him for a few more years, and just what's it like watching this growth?
Yeah, it's been, and if you guys only saw the growth overall, him as a young man, there's a reason why he's doing what he's doing on the field now, and that's because his development as a young man, his maturity, him starting to figure out how things work and how to be consistent, and it's awesome to see. That's what I'm most proud of. Every time he makes a play, I think about those things, and as we spoke about, he's an awesome weapon to have, when teams are going to load the box and work to take away the run game. And we just got to continue to build off of that. He knows that every single week it's got to be earned, and that's what I like the most about it. And I know our coaching staff is most proud is that, he's working really diligently each and every week to prepare to get better. And when we do those things, it obviously pays off on game day.
George went over 1,000 today. Given what he's gone through the last 2 years, how good do you feel for him to get that?
Yeah, it was awesome. We wanted to make sure that he got his work in today and, helped us achieve the goal. And it was good to see that happen. And he's been awesome all year. I mean, George has been incredible. And not just as a player, but again, as a leader and what he does for this program and this team.
Scott finding the end zone for the second straight year.
Same play.
Yeah.
Same play.
It's crazy.
Which he deserves it, 100%. Just proud of him. He's so resilient. He's so resilient, and it's awesome to see him have that success. And it's an opportunity. I mean, just all together, I think that's our whole team gets so fired up when those guys go in there together to play offense, and the whole team's out there together. Like, you got defensive guys, you got offensive guys. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if it's in the game or it's in practice or it's a walkthrough. It's like one of my favorite things to see is just the excitement of the guys when that group is called up to go to work. So it's cool that we got that opportunity to call that pass play, and it hit today.
Going to hit. I mean, they didn't cover him up. And did you know it was going to hit when they lined it up?
Well, they'd been pretty aggressive in stopping the run, so the coach thought it was time to go to it, and they weren't covering him. I think there were some other guys open too, but Scotty's the number one read. He deserves it first. So it was fun. It was cool to see. I'm glad TG was able to get him the ball, and not only for Scott, but obviously for the team in that moment. I mean, it was a big-time play in a moment in the game right there where we really needed it.
Going back to Taylor for a second, especially in the first half, it just seemed like he was so confident pushing the ball down the field. How important is that confidence for a quarterback?
I mean, it's huge. Again, each week, defenses are going to do different stuff. we can go in there and see. I mean, guys on defense are doing different things when they show up to play against our offense than maybe they've done in the weeks past, and so to be able to adjust and take what the defense has given us is huge, and to be able to capitalize again. If today there was a lot of guys, in the box, I think everybody saw that, and so we know what the move is, and to be able to capitalize and get those explosive plays, was huge for our team early on.
You mentioned kind of nice regular season, but obviously the goal's not accomplished yet. I mean, how big is next week? And obviously you've had a great year.
It's a championship game, bro.
Yeah.
It's what we've been working for since January, and so it is. It's huge. Yeah, it's big. The guys know that. That's why when they walk out of the doors of the facility, it is about taking care of our bodies, our mind, our physical well-being, because we got to be our best. And BJ, we know we got a great team coming in here to play us, and we have to be our absolute best, in this week of preparation. And that's how important it is that we do the little things better than we've done all year, and that starts with taking care of ourselves.
You mentioned that's what everybody wants to talk about. I mean, was it easy? I mean, these are college kids. Was it easy to not have them looking ahead to next week?
But you know what the thing about that is, though? The crazy part about that is, and I'll be honest with you, I mean, they're college guys, but the things that we emphasize with them or ask them are like, we don't even give the opportunity for them to ask why. We just explain the why, and they get it. They know now. There's certain things that we got to handle a certain way, and they know that, all the things that we're trying to do, we're trying to position them to be as successful as possible. We're trying to work off them. They're trying to work off of us. And when we do that really well together and we take care of each other and we have each other's back, that's when we're at our best. And it's never easy, to shut down the outside noise, lock in. But even anymore, that experience we got from this week, right, and being able to do that, it's going to be the same It's going to be the same this week. At the end of the day, this week is all about us. It's all about us preparing, training to be our best. I mean, at the end of the day, nothing else matters.
Obviously, you were mentioning how big the championship game is. Coming into this, I mean, was there a thought of, you know, like pulling starters earlier? Is that counterproductive? Because
You want to say it?
Coach, you talk a lot about development of your players. How do you feel like in year two as a head coach that you've developed personally?
A ton. That's the thing I was most grateful for this Thanksgiving. I'll be 100% honest with you. I've been able to learn and grow through all the experiences. You know, the number one deal is how are the different ways that we can impact every day? And not just the players, but all the different departments in this building. That's my number one goal, you know, is how do we keep leading, growing, and helping people and giving people the opportunities, the space to grow, creating an environment where people can grow, creating an environment where, yeah, it's really challenging, the standards are high, and achieving those standards and maintaining those standards. But the number one deal is building the real confidence too. There's no fake positives. And so to be able to develop is about building a real confidence and holding a standard each and every day and doing that together. And, you know, there's a ton of different scenarios that, I'm going to be honest, it's been almost 2 years now. And, you know, the amount of things that I've already learned from this year, and I'll be honest with you that I'm just biting on my tongue, just getting ready to implement and grow and be ready to move forward, you know, as we continue on here, because we've learned so much. And I'm really grateful for our student athletes, for our coaches, for our staff, because I've been able to learn so much from them, and I appreciate them always having our families back. And when the times are tough, they step up. They do what's right for the family, even when it's puts a little bit of sacrifice on them. And that's what I'm most grateful for. And again, you know, it's crazy how you can learn so much from 18 to 22-year-olds. Well, now with the COVID year, I mean, some of these seniors are 24, 25 years old, but man, I learned as much from them, and I love learning from them every single day.
You guys had University of Idaho stickers on your helmets today. Obviously, that's a community that's hurting. You have a message for the folks up in Moscow?
You know what? I mean, it's really tough, and that's why, like, you know, this, not just because it's Thanksgiving and those things, but, you know, the people that were involved in the losses of, you know, students, young adults, whether they're young adults or, you know, whatever age they may be, it's just, it's tragic, you know. You got young lives that are learning and growing, and we just feel for them. Our prayers and thoughts are with them. I know our team does, not only for the students that are involved, you know, at the University of Idaho, but obviously at Virginia. We have a staff member here that coached at Virginia, and it's, you know, it hasn't been easy. Again, we especially when it's that close to home, it hasn't been easy, you know, but our thoughts and prayers are with those people, and, you know, we pray the Lord will provide them the strength as they move forward and support each other, and as we can support them. And again, it just raises awareness for us to appreciate and, you know, to take care of each other.
BJ, for the last question.
I know you're not going to say the injury, but it did look, obviously Tyreek Jones, the whole team came out there, you know, obviously feel for him on senior day for that to happen. I don't know what's ahead for him, but how tough was that for him to have to leave?
Yeah, I mean, he checked it out, it was good. I mean, I am going to say he's walking around. My daughters were just asking him if he was all right in the hallway, and he was smiling, telling them he's fine. So, thankfully, it was not anything that we believe will hold him out. Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys as well. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, just so we're clear, the ribbons were Virginia, and it's navy blue for Virginia and the gold for Idaho. So we'll on the envelopes. Taylor was excellent today. You know, he always comes out there and plays hard, so I appreciate him.
You guys been telling us, or were telling us for a long time, he's got the ability to throw the football. What is it? I mean, you guys are hitting on a pretty high rate of stretch the field, it seems like right now. What is allowing that?
You know, our preparation, we come in knowing what coverage they're going to play on certain downs. So when we come in prepared and we call the right plays, it hits every time.
When they load the box like that, you and the rest of the receivers, how excited do you get?
Oh, we get really excited because we know that means more one-on-ones. And we knew coming to this game was going to have to win your one-on-one. So, and we know that's what we could do. So we come out there excited. When it's our opportunity, we make it happen.
Taylor seems like he's getting more and more confident pushing the ball down the field. As a receiver, how have you worked to earn that confidence?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, Taylor is getting more confident pushing the ball down the field every week. As a receiver, how have you worked to kind of earn that confidence?
You know, we in practice, like everything in practice, we make everything in practice harder than it will be in the game. We make everything in practice, we'll see it in the game. So we work on it over and over. If we don't hit something in practice, we get it after practice. So I think that's where that confidence comes in, and it just helps us out on the field.
As a wide receiver, how would you rate Scott Matlock's pass catching?
I was telling Scott we was short a receiver. He needs to come over there and help us out.
How cool is it to see him do that?
He actually did it the day before, and it was a similar catch, so it was actually crazy to see. So I was excited to see that for sure.
You in practice or?
Yeah, in practice.
The 50-yard bomb to you, I mean, that might have been one of Taylor's best throws all season. I mean, could he, like, what was that route, and, you know, how did you guys, like, how perfect was that ball?
The ball was 10 out of 10. The route, it was just, you know, we knew in third downs it was going to come out in their two-man set. I came in motion, and the corners kind of messed up the motion, and I was just running free. So and I just took the middle of the field, and it was wraps.
You seem to get open a ton coming out of motion. How do defenses play that differently?
Some defenses know, you know, they communicated, but we knew Utah State wasn't going to be communicative with that. So we made sure that was a big emphasis on this week.
You got a nice hype man. JL came out, and, you know, he seemed as energized as ever on the sidelines. I mean, what was he like, you know, after he got out, and, you know, how cool was that to see him turn a bad situation into a good one?
Well, JL is one of our leaders, so, you know, he comes out there excited, and you see him excited even if he's not playing. It pumps you up even more, you know.
You've probably had it since the beginning of the season, but I mean, Taylor closes out today's game. He gets you a late touchdown last week to help you guys win. Like, how comfortable and confident are you guys in those moments now? And more importantly, maybe how comfortable and confident is Taylor that he can attack those?
Every time something goes wrong, you know, we're cool, calm, and collected. We know if we have to go put points on the board, that's what we're gonna do. I don't think it's ever a time where the whole team is like, oh, this game's over. Even if we got a couple seconds left, you know, we feel like we can go down there and score because we work it all the time during the week.
What were your view and thoughts on Taylor's 91-yard run?
I wasn't in, but I ran down the sideline. I think I bumped Av and Miller, ran on the field. So I was excited. I was ecstatic.
Looking ahead this week, you guys have Fresno State in the championship game. Looks like Hayner is healthy, Evan Williams is healthy. What's it going to take for you guys to close this thing out with a championship?
It's going to take us preparing hard, coming in here focused. We can't come in here and just think we finna run over them again like we did last time. You know, they got their two stars back, I would say. But we're going to prepare for them like we do every other game. It's a chip, but, you know, we're going to come out there and play hard, and best man win.
A couple months ago, you guys were 2-2 after that loss to UTEP. Now you have the championship game right in front of you. What does that say about this team?
It says we're resilient, and we're never going to give up. You know, it was a couple heads down after that one, but we came out there when we've been rolling ever since.
Seems like Eric McAllister keeps taking a bigger role with you guys. You know, just being a freshman, you know, how good can he be?
He has potential. He has great potential, and he's locked in every day. You know, we come in, Eric, he's a goofy guy, but he understands what's going on, and we know he's a playmaker, and he knows he's a playmaker. So it's going to be great to see what he'll be 2, 3, 4 years down the line.
I know he's on the opposite side of the ball, but I just want to ask you about DJ Schramm. 15 tackles, second game this year where he's had four tackles for loss in the game. As a guy, I know you play offense, but what do you think of what you do?
When I'm out there watching DJ, I just think, man, I'm glad I'm not playing against him because he's a monster. You know, you see him out there, he's always around the ball and he's always on the tackle. So it's good to see when you're on the same team as him.
Obviously, Scott's not your typical wide receiver, but getting to see him actually get in and score
I was very happy for them. It's crazy because the same exact play happened last year and they couldn't stop it. So, I mean, you're used to it now because you know they're gonna expect run with those two backs we got there. He pops wide open and just catch it at that point.
You guys have been so focused, and I know, one game at a time and all that stuff. Does it feel good to be at the game, though? That, I mean, I know there's a bowl game, but it just seems like it's a different preparation process. Does it feel good to be at the game that can, ultimately help you guys achieve your
Yeah,
goals?
it feels great because my journey here has been up and down. Coming in with COVID and the next year, that year we made it, but the field wasn't right, no fans, So this was gonna feel right, and it's gonna really help bring back one to the city. Thank you, guys.